Hey everybody, Kelly Engineering here, and welcome to episode 36 of Ragnamod 5. In between episodes, I didn't do much. I went through almost every single file that's located on Twitch for this world, including all of the dimensions, and I deleted them, with the exception of the mining dimension, because all my Thaumcraft stuff is there, and deleting, well, I guess it's not exactly true. I deleted all of the region files with the exception of the region where all of my Thaumcraft stuff was. But other than that, the Nether is completely new, the Erebus is completely new, and the Aether is completely new. Oh shoot, did I do the end? Oh yeah, I did the end as well. So, and with that, I have the world at 639.7 megs out of 10.1. So yeah, that is actually significantly smaller than it was before. But other than that, I really didn't do much. I made more ME drives and actually put them over here on my void miners, and that was a mistake. So if you look in here, you'll see that I have 49 of 63 types, and this is a this is just the void miner. So stuff like andesite and marble, it's all in here, and it doesn't prioritize any one. It's a crapshoot whether or not it's going to go into this chest or go into this ME chest. And that's the case with everything. It's kind of frustrating, but I'm sure I'll figure it out in time. I just need some extra storage so I can keep these things going, because Certus Quartz is still my bottleneck. But in this episode, we're going to do a number of things. The first thing is we need to get into forestry. I want to complete the chicken barn, but I don't have the right type of wood. And getting bees is the only way that I'm going to get the wood I need to complete that roof and complete the flooring on the inside of that. I did put some glass panes and complete the windows on the other side of it, but I haven't put the glass panes in that yet. But yeah, I need a certain type of wood that I can only get from forestry. I got lucky with the teak. Teak was exactly what I needed for the outside of this. And I found some in one of the village chests of the mining dimension. So yeah, I did get very lucky with that. But I need more wood. I need a dark type of wood. I forget which one it is. It was so long ago that I looked it up. But we're going to get into forestry for bees so that we can complete our chicken farm. When we complete our chicken farm, I can hook it into the ME system. Once I have the yellorium and the plutonium chickens, which I'm not very far off from at this point, I can make a reactor. And once the reactor is made, and it's going to be on the other side of the Trellick Tower, right about there, once the reactor is made, I will have full power for my massive ME system. So yeah, there's that. How am I doing on my... Oh, okay, I have almost 5,000 of each of the processors, so that's no problem. I can still continue to make more. But yeah, that's the first thing we're going to do is forestry. So let's get to it. A while ago, I started collecting bees, and I have the Wintry, Modest, Rocky, Sorceress, Forest, Infernal, Oblivion, and Ender bees, as well as their pristine princesses and some ignoble stock of them. I need to get some more ignoble for the Oblivion and Ender, but I noticed something whenever I was collecting all of the bees. A long time ago, I created this Scooperator MX200 Turbo, and it's very good. It's very helpful to me. Very quickly managed to break all of the hives, but I discovered it wasn't giving me honeycomb. Which is really weird. It was only giving me a bee whenever I broke the hive. Whenever I'm using the normal scoop from forestry, it was actually giving me 1 or 2 bees and some honeycomb from it. That's how I managed to get all of this honeycomb right here, and it's not much. I only need 1 piece to begin with, because if you look over here at beekeeping, this bee house requires a piece of honeycomb. So normally breaking the hives in a normal forestry world is enough to get you the comb that you need. But in this skyblock, the only way that I could do that was by going to the nether and the end. None of the other hives exist. So yeah, we're going to get working on that. Another thing that I've discovered, it's not a bug with applied energistics. It's actually a bug with Minecraft in general. But if I typed in this apiary. So, apiary. If I tried to move these items from the JEI interface into my crafting terminal, I would actually crash the world. The reason why, I assume, is because I have wood in this 16K ME storage cell, this 16K, and this 16K. So whenever I tell it to move all of the items, apiary, whenever I tell it to move all the items, what I'm assuming is happening is it's trying to find these slabs and these planks in my scattered ME storage cells. It's seeing that the ME storage cells have too much MBT data, and because there is too much NBT data, it can't hash it properly. And since it can't hash it properly, it crashes the world, saying that what I was trying to access had more than, it's like 32,600 and something bytes. So yeah, if I'm going to do that, all I have to do is let's see here, casing. I want to make a sturdy casing, which means I need some bronze. So I actually have to search individually for the item that I want, because if I try to add it to the crafting terminal, I'll just end up crashing the world, and I don't want that. My massive ME system is going to solve that problem by only having one drive hold one item, so I won't have to worry about the NBT it trying to access too much NBT data at once. It still requires some experimentation, but that's what I'm assuming is happening. So I'm going to make these 2 sturdy casings. And I'm also going to get slabs and planks. There we go. And put the comb in the middle. And I have a bee house. So when I put the... Oh, pardon me. Wow, I keep hiccuping today. Whenever I put the bee house down, you see that I can put in 2 bees. And it will make me some honeycomb and some more bees. So over here is the type of environment that I'm in. So certain bees require certain environments in order to work. I also need to sprinkle some flowers around. And that's no problem. But yeah, I need to put in supply this hive with a queen or a princess and a drone. So over here on my chest, I'm going to give it a forest princess and a forest drone. The reason why I'm going to do that is because it actually matches the temperature that I'm in right now. So here we go. Now it's working, it's working, it's working. And every time there we go, it just used the drone. When it made that, it says that it's too humid and there are no flowers around, so the climate here has made the bees' wings too damp to fly. Use a habitat locator to find a drier climate. Humidity damp. Okay. So that was some trial and error that's going on. Overall, bees are very frustrating. There are better ways, mainly mystical agriculture and... Really? Oh, it's a queen now. Nice. So mainly mystical agriculture and the chickens, I can get all of the resources that I possibly need. But with the honeycomb and a centrifuge, I can use different honeycomb. And with those produced honeycomb, I can get certain drops. Beeswax, honey drop, clay, out of a clay comb. That makes sense. So yeah, that's what the centrifuge is for. I don't need that for... Yeah, I don't need all of the honeycomb that's going to be produced out of this. What I need is the ability to cross-pollinate saplings. So let's get rid of this. What I need the ability to is to cross-pollinate saplings. So if I want I already have teak, but I may as well just show it. So a teak sapling by tree breeding is used by a dark oak and a jungle oak, and I have a 10% chance of getting teak. But I need bees around it in order to actually cross-pollinate these 2 tree saplings to give me the teak sapling. And yeah, so it's a very tedious process, and I'm going to have to set up a number of areas where I have the ability to cross-pollinate. But all I need is one of the saplings before I can throw it in a bonsai tree. When I throw it in a bonsai tree, I'll or a bonsai pot, thank you. When I throw it in a bonsai pot, I won't have to worry about the tree breeding anymore. But that's the only reason we're in forestry this episode, so I'm going to set it all up. In the last clip, I made these 2 sturdy casings. The reason why I did that is because I need to make a squeezer, which requires some tin. And using bronze, I can get a carpenter. These 2 machines are going to help me get an impregnated casing. With an impregnated casing, I can make an apiary. The apiary is used to actually breed bees. The bee house is only used to get the honeycomb. So obviously if I want more bees so I have more chance to pollinate, I'm going to need that apiary. So I'm going to place my squeezer down and place down the carpenter because we're going to need this later on to make the impregnated casing. But with the squeezer, of course there's no power, it's missing a resource, and The resources are actually these seeds. So with these seeds, I'm going to be making seed oil, and the seed oil is going to be transferred to the carpenter, so it can hold turpentine, seed oil, or water, or honey. And yeah, I'm going to transfer all of that over. I have more than enough of these photovoltaic cells. So what the heck, we'll put it right here. There we go, it's actually moving now. So I'm going to sleep so that it's daytime. And here we go. I'm going to wait for all of these seeds to get processed. And wow, that is very slow. But it doesn't use all that much power. My vibrant photovoltaic cells are doing the job very nicely. And over here, no recipe inserted. So with the carpenter, I need to actually show you the frequency I want. Not frequency. Impregnated casing. So the impregnated casing, just use any sort of wood. Over here with the, and it will make an impregnated casing. Oh, little freeze. With 250 millibuckets of seed oil. With these impregnated casings, I can make the alleviary, which I'll need later, and the apiary. Alright, as you can see, I have over a bucket now. I already created a seed oil can, which is just 3 pieces of tin. It's no problem. But if you right-click the squeezer, you'll see that I just filled up the can. And by right-clicking over here, I just filled seed oil into the carpenter. With that, all you have to do is just decide what the recipe is. There we go. So it recognizes the recipe because it has the seed oil and the teak inside. Actually, ooh, that's a good... in order for the recipe to actually go, you have to supply this reserve right here with the proper items. This is only the recipe. So I actually want to try out one more thing, but I'm going to need one more bucket of seed oil. There it goes, 1 bucket of seed oil. Why did I... There we go. So I have the seed oil can right here. I'm not going to put it into the carpenter yet. I'm going to put in these materials. And it is going through to make me the impregnated casing. And once I have this impregnating casing, here we go. Okay, it used the 250 millibuckets. Once it exhausts its supply of seed oil, I want to see if this works like the immersive engineering crafter. And I'm going to put this seed oil can inside the inventory and see whether or not it takes it, even though the tank is going to be empty. I don't know what possible use that could have had. But I just want to see whether or not it can be done. Alright, last shot. It has no seed oil in there. There are no pieces of wood. So I'm going to put the wood in. Recognizes that there's that I can't do anything. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was really hoping that the seed oil would recognize. However, because I don't have seed oil in here right now. Now I do. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess experiment failed. But regardless, I have 9 impregnated casings, and with these impregnated cases, I can make the apiary. Here we go. Impregnated casing. Slab. Doop. And planks. Get out of here, tin. And with the impregnated casing, I now have the apiary. And the apiary, like I said before, I am in a swampland right now, so of course it's going to be damp. I put in a princess and a drone. It will make me a queen. And it will also breed together some new bees for me. So because I'm damp, I want the... Do I not have a tropical? What do I need to do in order to get the tropical? Tropical drone, I can get it from sieving jungle leaves. Ugh, at 2.5. I'm still trying to work on getting my bees to work properly. You can see over here in the upper left-hand corner, I have a bunch of flowers around here. Unfortunately, the bees that I need to use, which are the Rocky Drone and the Rocky Princess, do not like poppies and dandelions. So I need to figure out what type of flowers they actually like. In order to do that, I'm going to put these 2 glass panes, 4 tin, 1 diamond, and 2 redstone. And what that's going to do for me is it's going to make a analyzer for me. Unfortunately, it also requires water, but I have 180 millibuckets of seed oil left in here, which is what this pipette is for. There we go. I just piped out the rest of the seed oil, and I'm going to put in the water. 1 bucket and 2 buckets. Now it's going to make the portable analyzer for me. And with that, I can analyze the bees. Unfortunately, I'm going to need some honey in order to do that, some honey drops. So, yes, it has 0 charges on it. In order for this to work, it needs honey. I need to feed the bees honey in order for them to tell me what they like. So, yeah, I'm going to have to work on getting honey now. I've decided to move the apiary over to my Betweenlands portal because I actually have a normal temperature and a normal humidity, which means my forest can work. So I have the Forest Queen going to work right now, and you can see the progress bar going down, and that's how long it's going to take me in order to get the honeycomb I want. I'm going to increase that by actually making some slides for all of the for my apiary. And that's easy enough to do. I've already made the materials to make 2 of them with impregnated sticks. If you put 2 pieces of wood and like 100 millibuckets of sap into the carpenter, you can make impregnated sticks. So I already have the impregnated sticks over here. Put those right here, and then put a string in the center of it. There we go, impregnated frames. So the impregnated frames will have increase my production time, decrease the genetic decay, and it does have a durability on it. So I'm going to head back over there, install them, and see what they do for me. Alright, we're back here. This has not progressed very quickly at all, but now that I have the impregnated frames in there, I don't even know if it's going very quickly. But I'm going to wait here until it makes me the honeycomb I want. Once I have the honeycomb, I'll make a centrifuge, throw the centrifuge through, and it will give me honey drops. So these honey drops right here, and these are the ones that I'm probably going to get. Right here. This honey drop, when I run through the centrifuge, is what's needed in the portable analyzer in order to actually analyze my bees. Like I said at the beginning, this is a very tedious mod. And, yeah, there's just the things I have to do in order to get the trees I want. Alright, I actually have my first piece of honeycomb, and wow, this actually is going a lot quicker. So yeah, I got my first piece of honeycomb. Let's make that centrifuge so I can finally get some honey drops. With 1 piece of honeycomb, I can make the thermal expansion centrifugal separator. I'm going to make the forestry one. The Forestry one, I have plenty of sturdy casing. I have all of the materials necessary to make this, and I don't have to worry about the thermal aspects of upgrading them to increase their speed yet. That's something for the future. Alright, I wanted to make sure that I caught that on camera. So you see that now that the queen has been expended, I have generated 3 more forest drones and 1 forest princess. This is a pristine stock princess because the queen was pristine. So this is a ignoble queen, and she's going to continue doing the same thing that she was doing before. It's going to make honeycomb for me. I've already made the centrifuge, and I put it over here. If we put in the honeycomb, centrifuge is going to start going, and it's going to make me. There we go. All right, I've got a honey drop. It's going to go through this honeycomb, continue going through this honeycomb. There, awesome. 1 honey drop and 1 piece of beeswax. Now I'm going to have 2 pieces of honey drop and another piece of beeswax, and bam, I've gone through the honeycomb. However, luckily, over here in the apiary, up here at the top, this is my portable analyzer. If I did not have the analyzer in my inventory, then it would not, this would just be grayed out. But I can tap it, put in honey drops, and I can decide to analyze. See how it's highlighted in green right here? This forest queen or these forest drones. I'm not going to waste my honey drops analyzing these. It's the rocky ones that I want to do. Since rocky can go in the swampland as is, yeah, those are the ones that I want to actually go through. But while the forest queen, while this ignoble forest queen works, I'm going to go work on the rocky. The wax that I had collected from the end and the nether, I threw into the centrifuge just so I could get more honey drops. But you see that I've already analyzed this rocky princess. I can hold shift and it'll see that, hey, it's a short life, it's the slowest worker, its temperature and humidity, it requires normal. And the flowers it wants are actually rocks. So, yeah, I can put it in here. It'll show me all of the stuff about it since it's already been analyzed. And then I can just go through each of these slots and it tells me different aspects of it. Like, I don't know any of its mutations. Well, I can look in JEI and see its mutations, but the mod itself does not know what the mutation is. And then, like, what its actual genus and species are. So, that was the Rocky Princess with pristine stock. The Rocky Princess from ignoble stock is probably going to say the same exact thing. There we go. Alright, so it has been tolerant flyer versus... Okay, yep. Looks like all of the information is going to be exactly the same. Yeah, all the information is exactly the same, but if I throw in one of the forest princesses, well, first put in the honey drop, then the forest princess. Fertility 3 times. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. But yeah, that is just how the portable analyzer works, and it's really the only thing that I cared about was flower type flowers. So if I'm using one of the weirder ones, like the nether bee, the bees I got in the nether, they're going to require nether wart in order to work. I got some more drones. Also, with the apiary, I can press this button, and if I have a portable analyzer in my inventory, it'll actually allow me to open up this GUI right here. I can put in a piece of honey and press this button to actually analyze it. I'm not going to... Actually, know what? I am going to do that. So, here we go. All of the details are right here. Yeah, it wants a normal, lifespan shorter, and it's just going to go through and give me all of the resources. I only have a 30% chance using a forest queen to get the honeycomb. And, oh man, my brain is being fried right now. I can't stand doing bees, but I need those trees. So that's the only reason I'm going through this. So I decided to skip ahead a little bit and just go straight to the pollination. Sky obstructed. Son of a gun. Ugh. Alright, basically what I've done right now is I've created a little farm over here with a teak tree and an acacia tree, because that's going to give me the first tree that I need to breed. So obviously this isn't going to work because the sky is obstructed and it is now nighttime, and forest bees will not do anything if it isn't daytime. So I'm going to have to restructure this a little bit so I can actually get some a clear view to the sky. But this is basically what we're going to do. Is I have 4 forest queens in each of these corners, and I'm going to wait for them to pollinate each of the, hopefully one of the teak leaves or the acacia leaves. I have a 10% chance of a cross-pollinization. Yeah, I'm just going to restructure this a little bit so I actually have a clear view to the sky, and I'm still close enough to all of my flowers. So the solution was simple enough. All I did, well, that one already had a clear view to the sky, but all I did was I just stood on top of the apiary and burrowed a hole up to the sky. So now the bees are working as they're supposed to, and the reason why I wanted the teak and the acacia is because teak and acacia is going to make me, and this is how convoluted the process is, so there's going to be a lengthy explanation, but the teak and the acacia is going to make me balsa. Balsa and teak are going to make me desert acacia. Desert acacia and a dark oak is going to make me cocobolo. And cocobolo, where are you? Cocobolo and balsa is going to make me wenge. Wenge is the wood that I want in order to finish out the big chicken barn. As the bees do their stuff, and like I said, I have a 10% chance of making that balsa, the leaves will change color, showing that they have been pollinated. Obviously, that has not happened yet, but in due time it will. I've made these grafters. Actually, I didn't make the proven grafter. I can't make the proven grafter. I don't know where I got this from. Maybe a loot bag? Yeah, I don't know where I got the proven grafter. But I have one, and the proven grafter is going to give me 100% chance of breaking a pollinated leaf and getting the sapling out of it. Otherwise, I would just have to break normally and hope that out of the one leaf that's about to get pollinated, that would get the sapling out of it. The grafter removes that guesswork and will just automatically give me the sapling. So yeah, there's that. Oh no, so I got butterflies too. Alright, so butterflies. This is another forestry thing. So the butterflies also have the same purpose as the bees. They'll take some pollen from one of the leaves and cross-pollinate onto another leaf. So yeah, I'm glad that I have butterflies. I could catch one. I'm not worried about it right now. I'm just going to play the waiting game. Alright, I do happen to have a pollinated leaf somewhere in here. It's actually this one right now. I made this pair of spectacles, and the spectacles are whatever. They're very easy to make. They're bronze and 2 pieces of glass. But if replace the helmet, you see that that is now a different color. And if I take my grafter, already got it, and break this leaf, dang it, it was an acacia sapling. So yeah, when I break the sapling, there is a chance I will get one. That is not pollinated, that's just a biome split. So yeah, I will, with the proven grafter, get the sapling. But whether or not it's the sapling I need is another story altogether. So, I'm going to continue waiting. I finally got a balsa sapling, and I'm going to transplant it into a bonsai pot soon. But I noticed something when I was taking off some... When I was actually taking some of the saplings out of my grafts. So these acacia saplings, you see that they have unknown genome. If I break just a random acacia sapling, you'll see that that doesn't have that option there. So this is just a normal Minecraft acacia sapling, and this one is a forestry acacia sapling with an unknown genome. These teak saplings are the ones that I got before, and the ones that I've been making in bonsai pots for ages now. But this is one of the ones that I got from breaking a grafted leaf, and I want to see what the difference is. The portable analyzer allows me to actually do that, so I'm going to put in honey drop, and I'm going to put in my new teak. I'm going to put in the old teak sapling first. So the old teak sapling, species teak, lower, average, small, 1 by 1, lowest, lower, none. Let's see if that's any difference between the new one that I just got. Lower, average, small, 1 by 1, lowest, low. What is the difference? Teak acacia hybrid. Okay. But what does that mean? There's not enough information on the actual tree breeding process. I need to do more research. But in any case, I have my balsa sapling. I'm going to go transplant this and wait a little bit until I have more saplings where I can just start this process. Again. Alright, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. The last clip I recorded was actually clip 16 of this episode. And it was recorded at 11:30 in the morning. It is now 20:38. It is 8:38 p.m. And I have yet to get my ginkgo sapling. I have been looking at these wenge leaves and silver lime, waiting for my ginkgo to show up, for about an hour and a half now. Just keeping an eye on it, going AFK, listening to some podcasts, watching some YouTube. And yeah, every time one shows up, it's either a wenge or a silver lime. Yeah, these are the amounts of pollinated leaves I've gotten in an hour and a half. 8 of them. So, yeah, I'm pretty frustrated that I've made absolutely no progress on this episode today. Started it at like 9 in the morning. But it's the price that's the price you pay for playing forestry. However, I did set up this chest just to keep myself from automatically restocking these apiaries. So in this chest is just where all of my exports and imports go. Down here at the apiaries, I just have item conduits. They are extracting on green and inserting on red, and then the main chest over here, same thing. So I always have princesses being stocked, drones being stocked, and the honeycomb will just stay here. I've been taking out the honeycomb, going through here, and yeah, I also don't have a lot of honeycomb or beeswax to show for this. So this beeswax is necessary in order for, hang on, where's my carpenter? Right here. So in order to build the alleviary, I need these scented panelings, which require 2 beeswax and a pollen cluster. The pollen cluster is a whole nother monster altogether. So this beeswax, these scented panelings, scented paneling around an impregnated casing will give me an alleviary. However, it's a multi-block that requires a 3x3x3. So that is 27 alleviary blocks. That is a lot of scented paneling. and therefore a lot of beeswax. So yeah, I'm not even close to that either. The Alleviary would make this a lot helpful because I can control the humidity, I can control the temperature. Yeah, the Alleviary is very handy. But yeah, I'm gonna continue watching these saplings. Hopefully, I get my ginkgo sapling in no time. Well, don't I feel like a fool? The clip that I supposedly recorded of me actually getting that ginkgo sapling and the pure amount of joy after waiting all of those hours to get it, it was all for nothing because OBS wasn't even open. And furthermore, these are the ginkgo wood planks, and I can't stand them. They're like, it's like a creamier birch. So yeah, I don't like them. They weren't going to fit the bill for the roof. And that was the second clip where I was actually going through and placing this. Oddly enough, the balsa wood, the first planks I got from Forestry, balsa fits the bill perfectly. And this is white beam. I continued to make a couple more saplings using the silver lime sapling. And white beam doesn't really work. But after looking at my stock photos that I have for the big chicken barn in Ellsworth, Maine, the roof is actually sheet metal. So this project really could have used a creative world and me actually building up and seeing how different blocks look together. But yeah, sheet metal is what I'm going to be using for the roof. These are the normal sheet metal blocks that you get from Immersive Engineering. They're just 4 iron plates in a diamond shape, and I have used a chisel to draw out each individual part. And yeah, I'm going to be using these as the roof of the big chicken barn. But unfortunately, this is the 19th clip I have actually recorded. I guess the 21st clip overall, and I am out of time for this episode. So hopefully the little bit of forestry I delved into helps enlighten a couple people who are kind of confused as to how forestry works. Truth be told, I would never have gone into forestry in this pack if I didn't need those trees, if I didn't need those saplings. And yeah, forestry is just, the grind offered by forestry isn't thrilling, it isn't rewarding in my honest opinion. In this pack I have mystical agriculture and chickens. I don't need all of those bees. So yeah, forestry's not my thing. So I am going to call this an episode. In between episodes, I'm going to take the chickens I do have, put them inside the barn, and in the next episode, we're going to get into extreme reactors so that we can power our ME system no problem. But I am Kelly Engineering. I hope that you did enjoy this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.